All right. Ready to fade up on camera 2 and open both mics. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fade up camera 2, open mics.
Hello, and welcome to Q News. I'm Morgan Kay.
And I'm Melissa Hefner. History is in the making with the most recent presidential election.
Take camera 3, close A2.
Joe Biden has been elected as the 46th President of the United States this past
Roll
weekend.
and take clips.
This week, President-elect Joe Biden begins his transition to the White House. During his acceptance speech on Saturday, he said he'll work with top scientists and experts to come up with a COVID-19 action plan.
Take camera 1, open A2, close A1.
Kamala Harris is making history as the nation's first female, first black, and first South Asian American Vice President-elect.
Roll and take clips.
Her husband, Doug Emhoff, is set to become the first second gentleman of the United States. Her experience as California's Attorney General and as a U.S. Senator strengthened her leadership skills and could help her take on the job.
Close A2. Take.
With cooler temperatures and the holidays right around the corner, there is an excitement in the air.
Roll clips. Take clips.
As early as Halloween night, staff at the university began decorating campus. From large nutcrackers to 15-foot Christmas trees, HPU transforms into a winter wonderland. Students get to enjoy the decorations for less than a month due to the pandemic. After Thanksgiving, they will not return until the spring semester. HPU's annual community Christmas event will also not take place this holiday season due to the pandemic.
Take camera 1, open A2, close A1.
Pedal Point's High Point University's premier female a cappella group welcomes 4 new members after holding auditions last week. The auditions took place in Hayworth's Fine Arts Center, where the girls sang a variety of songs for the group's current members. Because of COVID-19, everyone was required to stand 6 feet apart and wear a mask, which can make singing more difficult.
Roll and take clips, close A2.
The Pedal Point's High Point University's all-female a cappella group on campus welcomes 4 new members into their group. The new members signed the Pedals for Promise contract, which initiates them this past Sunday.
Pedal Points performs for the university throughout the semester. Some events where the group performs on campus include family weekends, open houses, Oktoberfest, chapel services, and Greek life philanthropy events. The group also performs for the local community at elementary and high schools in the Piedmont Triad.
So recently we did auditions, and over 20 gals auditioned, and we called back 11, and we ended up taking 4 of the 11. And so this past Sunday we had callbacks, and I'm really excited for these new girls because I want to give them that same sense of community that the older girls were able to give me when I first joined. And yeah, I'm really excited to have them.
The group usually competes at the ICCAA, also known as the International Championship of Colgate A Cappella. This year, the competition is canceled due to COVID-19.
Not only are we an a cappella group and we love to sing on campus and off campus, but we're also just a really great group of girls. Everyone is so kind, funny, and genuine, and always have your back no matter what. So if you're looking for not only a group to sing with, but for a really tight-knit community, Pedal Points is the group that you should definitely audition for and check it out.
The David R. Hayward College of Arts and Sciences offers music scholarships for these members. For Q News, I'm Rachel Diodato.
Take camera 1, open A2.
The Pedal Points is currently working on an album and plans to release it in the upcoming months. The album will be available to stream on Apple Music and Spotify. For more information on the group, follow their Instagram account to stay updated on future performances and gigs.
Take camera 2, open A1.
Up next, one company offering some hope as coronavirus cases continue to climb.
And the President, Donald Trump, files lawsuits regarding state election results.
Take clips, roll clips, close.
Experts may have
Opiates has taken everything and everyone I've ever loved away from me. Everything.
I blew my ankle out and I got prescribed pain pills by my doctor.
If making my detox public is gonna help somebody, I'm all for it. I just wish I would have had a warning.
Opioid dependence can happen after just 5 days. Know the truth, spread the truth.
Take camera 3, open A1.
Experts may have a potential coronavirus vaccine ready by early December.
Ready clips, roll take.
COVID-19 has complicated life for people long enough. The U.S. National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases believes that they will know whether a vaccine is safe by the end of November or early December. A pharmaceutical company called Pfizer claimed that the vaccine is more than 90% effective. Widespread availability of the vaccine would not happen until 2021.
President Donald Trump has not conceded defeat to former Vice President and current President-elect Joe Biden. Trump will not go down without a fight and is pursuing multiple legal avenues to challenge the election results. Trump has filed lawsuits to recount the votes in Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin, Georgia, and may possibly try in more states. Voter fraud is extremely rare, and when it does occur, it does not change the outcome of the election. Although there is little to no evidence of voter fraud, Trump is certain the election was stolen from him.
High Point is known as the furniture capital of the world. During the COVID-19 pandemic, furniture market has experienced many changes.
There have been several measures taken to reduce the spread of COVID-19 at market. Before entering the building, buyers must check in at the daily health tent and get their temperatures taken upon entrance to the building. Buyers are constantly reminded to sanitize and socially distance.
The furniture market takes place every single year as High Point is the furniture market capital. Things have been a little bit different this year due to COVID-19. Let's hear from some furniture market workers to hear what they have to say about this year's market.
This market has been a lot different this year because it was a lot slower. There are a lot less customers and people coming in to buy things, as well as even sellers. A lot of people didn't come this year, and now people have to wear masks in the showrooms and they have to sanitize their hands, and there's only a certain amount of people allowed in the showrooms at all times as well.
COVID has really affected working furniture market in so many ways. Not only is market longer, but the majority of the customers are like international people or West Coast, and a lot of them didn't come. As you can see right now, like we are working market and the halls are empty. Nothing is happening. A lot of the showrooms, how they get a lot of buyers to buy furniture and buy artwork is through giving them alcohol, and a lot of the showrooms aren't serving alcohol this year because of COVID, so a lot of the sales have dropped a lot.
As this year's furniture market was empty and strict on rules, they are in hopes for a more normal market next April.
Representatives expect more people to come to the April 2021 showcase in hopes COVID will be more regulated then.
High Point University is back with its annual student-focused Thanksgiving dinner, Friendsgiving. Friendsgiving will be held at the Slane Center in the CAF. Students can make reservations for November 19th. Lunch specials last from 10:45 a.m. to 3 p.m., and dinner specials last from 4:15 p.m. to 8 p.m. Students can reserve a spot for Friendsgiving by first going to their mobile ordering app and clicking on the CAF dining location, selecting the Today tab on the top left corner, and then selecting times for November 19th. Friendsgiving is sure to be a fun event, and there is expected to be a nice turnout.
Take camera 2, open A1.
Thanks for watching Q News. I'm Morgan Kay.
And I'm Alyssa Hefner. Q Sports is next. Have a good night.
Roll clips, take clips, close mics. All right, change and make sure we're in the right spots.
Definitely make sure they're in the right spot.
All right, so Rihanna needs to sit in one.
I get it. I think you grab this time right now.
I know. This is the one where
she's in the right seat. So
yeah, we're good.
You'll be good. You'll go follow this. It's gonna go.
Yeah, can you actually tell Kiara to move to her right a little bit? That's good. And zoom out on camera 1's good. Camera 3.
It takes less than 1 minute to find out if you may have prediabetes. You can do it here. But you probably won't. You're busy. Kids, work, show coming back in 48 seconds.
45.
So let's do this now.
Man, the doctor's wrong.
Hold up one finger if you're a man. Women, 0.
What if you're non-binary?
3 more fingers if you're over 60. 2 over 50. 1 over 40.
No, you hold up nothing.
If you're not sure, keep in mind you're sitting on a couch right now, so 1 more finger if you're not very
non-binary,
active.
you don't hold anything up.
1 finger if yes, 0 if no. 1 yes,
I don't
0
know.
no. Next, find the body type that looks most like you and hold up that many fingers while I look around awkwardly.
I will never see the commercial the same.
And that's it. If you're holding up 5 fingers or more, you probably have prediabetes. Sorry to be so blunt, but hey, you're busy. Just go to the site.
Roll the clip.
From the Nito Cobain School of Communication on the campus of High Point University, this is Q Sports Update.
Good afternoon. I'm Kiara Johnson along with Brianna Dozier here to give you this week's Q Sports Update.
Camera 3, open A2, close A1.
High Point has an exciting winter to look forward to in the Millis Center, with 2 players receiving preseason accolades from the Big South. Skylar Curran headlined the list for Women's Basketball Conference Player of the Year as she finished second place last season behind former Panther Cameron Brown. Men's sophomore John Michael Wright was named to the preseason second team All-Conference after making the Big South All-Freshman team last year. This year, the men's team is picked to finish in 7th, and the women's team is projected to finish in 3rd like they did last season.
Oh, wait, what?
The COVID-19 pandemic has taken a toll on High Point University's running club season. Here is Alex Neva with the latest.
Roll.
As the COVID-19 pandemic spread through the country since March, sports events were affected in many ways, including running events. According to the group Running USA, 19 million people completed races in the U.S. in 2019, but that number significantly changed this year because of social distancing and the risks of large gatherings running side by side for long periods. Aaron Moran, the head coach of High Point University's running club and the assistant director for strategic partnerships in the Office of Undergraduate Admissions, reflects on how the situation affects the university's running club.
We had to just kind of stop in our tracks, and we were not able to be together. So it was very isolating for our team members just to have the whole semester cut off, something they were really looking forward to.
Moran also mentions about the pandemic affecting the overall numbers of the team, mentioning that there were some students on the team who were dedicated members of the team, but either chose to do online only for the fall semester or chose not to re-enroll this semester because of the pandemic.
It's just a really hard club to sell because the value in our club, especially the club running team, is the connectedness that the students get and the opportunity to build friendships and gain confidence in their own running. And that's just really hard to do when I have to tell students that they can't run beside someone without a mask on, and they really can't be within 6 feet of someone.
Because of the pandemic, all of the races the team were planning to compete in have been canceled, and the only races they can do are virtual races. For Q Sports, I'm Alec Nava.
Take camera 3, open A1.
This past weekend, High Point Baseball began their annual Purple and White Fall Series. Gray Little and Joe Johnson are captains of the White team, as Trent Harris and Travis Holt are captains of the Purple team. The White team took 2 of the first 3 games this past weekend, as the Purple squad will try to move on and take the series this coming weekend. The remaining 3 games will be played on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, as ESPN Plus will cover Friday and Sunday's game. This weekend will show which captains drafted the best team.
Take camera 1, open A2, close A1.
COVID-19 took the season away from High Point baseball last year. Reporter Trevor Omahen has a story on how it affected a senior on the team.
Take clips, roll clips, close A2.
COVID-19 took the season away from High Point University baseball, and the toughest part was for the seniors not knowing if that's how their careers would end.
That was definitely really hard. Having our coach come in one day and just basically tell us that our whole entire season was canceled with no hope of moving on. It crushes you in a different way that you've never really experienced before, and it's kind of hard to explain in words.
What went into your choice to come back when you found out you were granted another year of baseball?
I definitely took into consideration finance. I would say finance was a big one because although we were granted another year, we weren't guaranteed our scholarships back, at least for a certain period of time. So once I got the text from my coach saying that I was awarded that again for the year, that pretty much solidified my decision to come back.
With COVID still in the picture during the off season, what did training look like for you?
So the area that I'm from, Baseball fields are technically closed, but we found ways to kind of get on them. We talked to the management there, and luckily they worked with us. They understood the circumstances that we really needed to continue training. Gyms being closed was really hard. I had to make my own personal house, home gym.
With the possibility of getting drafted, how hard has it been to stay focused on baseball during a global pandemic?
I'll be quite honest, there were times where it was very hard. There's some days where I would wake up and you just don't really have any drive to do anything, but it's in those days where you have to really look deep into yourself and find out your inner drive and fortitude to continue playing, because you know that there's an ultimate goal, and that's just every morning I wake up, I try to keep that in mind.
This has been Trevor Omahan with Q Sports.
As we hit the mid-season mark for the NFL, the MVP race is beginning to narrow between three quarterbacks: Russell Wilson, Aaron Rodgers, and Patrick Mahomes. It is a close race, but Wilson seems to be in the lead, having thrown 2,541 yards for 28 touchdowns and 8 interceptions. Rodgers sits right behind him with 2,253 yards, 24 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. And Mahomes has 2,687 yards, 25 touchdowns, and 1 interception. Each quarterback is on their way to leading their team to the playoffs, with the Chiefs sitting at the second in the league.
The
Pittsburgh Steelers have placed 4 players on the COVID-19 list. Tight end Vance McDonald was the first Steeler to test positive for COVID-19. The other 3 players placed on the COVID-19 list were quarterback Ben Roethlisberger, linebacker Vince Williams, and offensive lineman Gerald Hawkins. Roethlisberger, Williams, and Hawkins tested negative, but were considered high risk for being in close contact with McDonald. According to NFL guidelines, the players will have to quarantine themselves for 5 days. They will not be allowed to practice this week.
Steelers head coach Mike Tomlin made history on Sunday when his Pittsburgh Steelers defeated the Dallas Cowboys 24-19. He tied an NFL record for clinching his 14th straight non-losing season. That ties him with former Kansas City Chiefs head coach Marty Schottenheimer, who made this record from 1984 to 1997. The Steelers are the only undefeated team in the NFL at 8-0, and Sunday's win was Tomlin's 141 career win. Tomlin is the third active winningest coach behind Andy Reid and Bill Belichick, and is 2 victories away from moving into 21st all-time in wins.
The number 4 Notre Dame Fighting Irish defeated the number 1 Clemson Tigers 47-40 in a double overtime thriller on Saturday in South Bend. This was the Tigers' first regular season loss since 2017 against Syracuse, which ended the nation's longest regular season winning streak. The Tigers were without Heisman hopeful quarterback Trevor Lawrence, and other players plagued with injuries. The Tigers hope to get healthy soon for a promising playoff run. Notre Dame now stays undefeated at 6-0 and play Boston College at 3:30 on Saturday. Clemson is now 6-1 and looks to get healthy in their bye week. They play next against Florida State on 21st at noon.
For more college football games scheduled for this Saturday are officially canceled. Navy's matchup with Memphis was postponed early this week, with the midshipmen being hit hard with a spike in COVID cases. 3 SEC matchups between Texas A&M and Tennessee, LSU and Alabama, and Mississippi State and Auburn have also been canceled. LSU, A&M, and Auburn closed their facilities after receiving more than 12 positive COVID cases each.
Got you.
Thank you.
The NBA and NBA Players Association have agreed on a deal for the upcoming 2020-2021 season. Starting on December 22nd, teams will play 72 games. Negotiations with free agents will begin at 6 p.m. on Friday, November 20th. Signings start at 12:01 p.m. on the 22nd. Training camp will also start on December 1st. More details about the upcoming season will be released shortly.
As for the MLB, their off-season is getting started. All of the Gold Glove and Silver Slugger awards have been announced. Seattle Mariners outfielder Kyle Lewis was the American League Rookie of the Year, unanimously selected for the honor, while Milwaukee Brewers reliever Devin Williams won the National League Award and is the first receiver to do so since 2011. Tampa Bay's Kevin Cash won the AL Manager of the Year, and Miami's Don Mattingly won the National League Award. Shane Bieber won the AL Cy Young Award, and Trevor Bauer won the NL Cy Young. League MVPs will be announced later tonight.
Take camera 1, open A2, close A1.
The U.S. men's national team is preparing for the upcoming FIFA international season. Head coach Greg Berhalter is debuting a talented newcomer-heavy roster for the pending European friendly matches, with the team's average age being only 21 years old. In a rare move, no MLS players were included on the roster. Berhalter claims this was done to avoid jeopardizing players' eligibility for the MLS playoffs. Despite the youth of the new roster and the many COVID guidelines restricting the team's gatherings, Berhalter is confident in his team's ability to adapt and learn.
Ready, camera 3,
The U.S. men's national team will have their first friendly this afternoon against Wales before traveling to face Panama on Monday.
Take camera 3, open A1, close A2.
Tiger Woods will be the defending champion at Augusta National for the Masters tournament this weekend. Chasing Woods will be a strong group of competitors in Rory McIlroy, Brooks Koepka, John Ram, and many more. Ladies and gentlemen, we're in for one exciting weekend of golf.
Following in his father's footsteps, Chase Elliott becomes the third youngest NASCAR driver to win the Cup championship. Elliott drove from the back of the field to victory lane at Phoenix to win for Hendrick Motorsports in Chevrolet, their first win since Jimmy Johnson won his 7th and final title in 2016. His father, Bill, stated, "To watch him grow up and to be around him and to give him some advice from someone from time to time has really been meaningful for me. I think more about him winning a championship more than anything else." Chase is now the first most popular driver to win the championship since his father won only his first title.
Take camera 2, open A1, close
Thank you
A2.
for tuning into this week's Q Sports Update. I'm Rihanna Dozier with Kira Johnson. We'll see you next week.
Roll clips, take clips, close mics.
Oh my god. No, we were so
And stop recording.